Bravo.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right. So what's the title of that tune?
It's My People. It's called My People.
My
yeah.
People.
Yeah.
I dig it. Man, blown away. So this is the first interview, but the first of many. I'm going to be doing this with a ton of local artists, and I'm just thrilled that the first interview I'm doing is with an international artist who just happens to be in Chattanooga. So yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
If you want to say a little bit about where you're from, your home country, and what has brought you back and forth between the United States and what you do when you come over here.
It's good.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm originally from West Africa.
Nice.
In Ivory Coast.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a French-speaking country. You know, we were colonized by France. You know, so the official language in the country is French.
Yeah.
But we have other, languages which are the tribes. You know, it's like we have around 60 to 62 tribes in the country. That means 62
different dialects and languages. That is phenomenal. How many of those are you? I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with them all, but are you fluent in all of those languages?
Yeah, I speak naturally my language, that is Guru.
Okay.
Guru. And I also speak another one that is, we call it Malenke, Dioula. It's called Dioula. Yeah, those are the two languages that I speak fluently.
How similar are those languages? Are they very different, or is it like Portuguese and Spanish, or are they completely different?
Yes, they are completely different.
Completely different.
Yes,
wow.
Yes. The thing is that the Guru people come from another tribal group that is called the Mande people.
Okay.
So those that speak mostly the Dioula are also Northern Mande. We are Southern Mande.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and naturally from Ivory Coast, and I've been always very open to intercultural dialogue. This comes a lot in my conversation when I'm speaking about the music or what I do in general. I like to blend cultures.
For sure.
So coming to US is part of my mission. My personal mission as a person, my growth, and also, what I want to bring to life, So I spend time studying the music of my tribe and other West African music. And coming to America, I try to blend it with, the American art form, jazz, and other styles like
You're in Tennessee. You're in the South.
I'm in Tennessee,
so we've got some swampy blues and stuff out here. Yeah.
And I saw you playing some blues, and I said, "Wow, Taylor is a dangerous guy."
Yeah. we've got some cool stuff that we'll be doing. So, if somebody were to look you up, Constant BOTY, one of the words that's comes up a lot in your accolades is humanitarian, and that's on a lot of your bios and the information out there. And I was just curious if you wanted to elaborate on some of those approaches, because the other terminology that's used is educator, academic, educator, performer, humanitarian, musician. So the academic stuff and the education stuff, what are some of the things that you do when you work with these embassies and you travel around?
First of all, I'm music is the tool that I use to express all these other faculties in my life, nobody knows that I'm also a drawer. I love drawing.
Oh, nice. Yes. Visual art. Yeah.
Yes, visual art.
We've got the whole art station over here too. That's all of Katie, my fiance. That's her stuff. Next time you're here, man, we'll bust out the art supplies.
Yeah,
I'm all about creative expression, no matter how we do it, and I think we use those faculties to. That's like what gets us through the day. At least if you're an artist. I love it. And I love this idea of using modern instruments and even a modern form of music. Like jazz is a relatively new style of playing, like less than a century old, but using it to share West African culture and history.
So one of the power of the music is, you know, blending cultures, making people get to some information, you know, through music.
Yeah, music is a fascinating art form. Like music itself is history. Like there's traditional African music, you know, and you incorporate a lot of that. Like even in the song you opened up with, the rhythms and the melodies that you're playing are. I mean, I can hear the African influence, but it's presented, and it's, you know, some people would just think it sounds like some strange jazz, you know, because it does. It's jazz music. It's yes, baby. We've got our cameo. Of course, baby. Come here. Give me a hug. Let me finish talking with Constant, and then I'll make you some lunch, all right?
Yeah.
All right, that's the boy right there.
Yeah, James.
Yes.
My best friend.
Prince James, Constant's best buddy right there.
You know, I spent some months in a village in a city, you know, called Kapala. It is in Sikasso, Mali.
Okay.
And there I found some musicians playing the balafon, you know, the balafon. It's like a xylophone, you know. This xylophone.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
It's like a marimba type instrument.
Yes, and the first song that I played is inspired from the sound of the balafon.
Oh.
And from that inspiration, I created
so this
my
is the,
own tune.
The rhythmic, the lower string rhythm stuff that you're doing. Yeah. Can you play a portion of that just to
like
because I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I love that, man. You've got some, you know, I'm a guitarist myself, and I play every day, but the stuff that you're doing, it's just such a different way of playing.
Yeah.
All right, I've got some more casual questions here, which I think will be fun. I got a couple easy ones, and then I'm trying to work on my interview game because I'm going to be doing this with a bunch of people. Off the top of your head, who's one of the most influential guitarists that you know was one of your early inspirations for that instrument specifically?
Yes, for the guitar, you know, for me it has been a growing experience, you know.
For sure.
The first guitarist that I heard that it really influenced me was Paco de Lucia.
Nice. I love
Paco
that guy.
de Lucia.
Yep.
I discovered Paco de Lucia. I said, wow. He was playing flamenco guitar.
Yeah.
But I was feeling African vibe through.
Oh, for sure. Because I think it's flamenco is a folk approach to the instrument, and it's not as rigid as the academic, like the Segovia style of learning technique. Like the styles, there's no one way to play flamenco. It's you know, there's a lineage, and then these teachers and their pupils, their students, they teach the next generation of players, and then so you have, like, you know, a handful of different ways to play flamenco.
Yeah, so you know, there is Paco de Lucia, and after I discovered a trio of guitars: Paco de Lucia, Aldi Meola, and John McLaughlin.
Yes.
Friday night in San Francisco. I was it's like it blew my mind. And after that I discovered lyrical now with foreplay. Then I started growing my my capacity, you know, with the listening of guitars. And I went through many other guitar players, George Benson, but And when I met this guy, I think I found where I was getting to. There are two guitarists that I listen to every day, Lionel Lueke and Kevin Eubanks.
Who's the first player you just mentioned?
Lionel Lueke is a guitar player from...
Because I'm unfamiliar. I'm about to take some notes here. Like I brought my notepad.
If you listen to Herbie Hancock, the guitar player that plays the most with Herbie Hancock is called Lionel Lueke. He's from Benin.
Okay.
Benin is a country in Western Africa. It is just close to Nigeria. You know,
I would probably recognize the player because I've seen a lot of the like Herbie Hancock's live footage.
The guy playing the guitar is Lionel Lueke. He has is like a bank of information on the guitar, a bank of information.
Yeah,
and he is one of the guys that I listen every day.
Like encyclopedia of style. Yeah.
Yes, and with him there is Kevin Eubanks. Kevin Eubanks is, you know, when I'm talking about jazz guitar, fusion, rock, everything, you know, with jazz language, and you know, Kevin is really the guy that I'm listening to.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, my influence as far as players, it definitely has like a trajectory very similar to yours.
I also like John Scofield.
Scofield is great. Yeah, and what's so cool about him is, similar to how Miles Davis has changed his playing and his like style so many times. If you listen to like early Scofield and then you listen to like late Scofield, it's like two completely different but sides of the same coin, you know, very drastic contrast there. And if anything, I think Scofield just learned to chill and lay back. Early Scofield's like the guy just chopping it up.
Yeah. And have you heard of Pat Metheny?
Oh, Metheny.
As a composer, to me, is one of the best composer, like guitarist composer.
Yep.
So I listen most to him as a composer.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, piano and guitar, I think, are the two of the most versatile instruments for composition.
Yeah.
Just because of the range of the instrument, the ability to do accompaniment and rhythm, harmony. McLaughlin, I'm surprised you threw that name out there. Do you ever listen to Mahavishnu Orchestra?
Yes, and one of my favorite projects of John McLaughlin is Shakti.
Nice.
Shakti is my favorite.
I got to see John McLaughlin perform live one time. It was like the first year I ever went to Bonnaroo, and he had like an early morning set. I wish I was more familiar with, you know, the other players, because I knew John McLaughlin's name at the time because I was younger, and I liked the acid fusion jazz stuff that Mahavishnu Orchestra was doing. But I would love to look up that show and see who was on bass and see who was on drums, because I guarantee you everybody that was on stage with him is like a head honcho. You know, but at that point in time I wasn't familiar enough with like the players to really appreciate it. I'd love to go back and see that show again now. But I'm still thankful I was able to do that.
I'm still following McLaughlin. You know, he has his band. I think it's the Five Dimension with another great guy on the bass, Etienne Mbappé. He's from Cameroon, and on the keyboard is Gary Husband, and on drums it is Ranjit Barot. So I've been following them, and you know, he's still doing great. I'm a great fan of John McLaughlin.
Yeah. And he is he German?
No, he's British.
He's British?
Yeah, and he lives in France, in Monaco. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And he's very familiar, you know, with the Indian music. So,
for sure.
So can you see?
I mean, didn't he change his name to Mahavishnu?
I think it's the name of the project.
Okay.
Mahavishnu Orchestra. You know, and he also has Shakti, and he has Five Dimension. And, you know, so
I'm about to dive back into that. I'm always looking for new music to throw in my like daily driver playlist. So I'm about to throw some McLaughlin, some Fifth Dimension, and some Mahavishnu Orchestra back in the mix.
Yeah.
All right, so your instrument here, the Ibanez. I knew it was either a Yamaha, an Epiphone, but it's an Ibanez. So this is full hollow body, right? And obviously this is the kind of instrument that your style of music is suited towards. What would be like if you could have any instrument, any guitar, what would be like your dream guitar? And not like brand, but even if it was like some specific person's guitar.
Yeah, you know, as far as the brand, when you mention even Ibanez, it's like for me, the brand is nothing, you know. And nowadays, with some of the great guitar constructor, it's like you can find a very good guitar,
solid instrument,
yes.
Yeah, and they're more affordable a lot of times, yeah.
Like Kevin Eubanks was playing before on hollow body guitars, but now he has his own brand of guitar, a small guitar, and he's doing everything with that. So if there is a, you know, I try to play Fender Stratocasters. I try to play different brands of guitars.
But you keep coming back to what feels more comfortable.
Now I made a decision to stay with hollow body guitar.
Yep.
And if I have to choose another one again, it will be a classical guitar.
Nice.
Yes, with nylon strings.
Yep.
Yes.
Nylon, and just the tone that you kind of get out of your instrument, that nice, soft, round, rich sound. Yeah, nylon's really good for that.
I have a tune that you know, it goes like this, and it sounds very well with the classical. So this one sounds very well with classical,
with a classical
nylon strings guitar.
Yeah. Love that. I like that the intro that you're doing there, these double stops.
Ah, this one?
Yeah.
You see, oh my God.
Yeah, I've been practicing that. One of my favorite guitarists that I've been listening to lately is a guy named Corey Wong.
Yeah. Yeah, he plays Fender's guitar.
So he does a lot of these like real quick double stop. That's awesome.
Pentatonic, you know.
That's it. Love it.
It is very fun as conversation.
Absolutely, man.
Yes.
I always enjoy our conversations, like chatting with you, even without like the microphones and stuff. If anything, like one of the reasons I want to do these interviews with other players, it's mainly to help create this kind of conversation with other people.
Yes.
And I think it's just such a mutually beneficial thing. And I want to get Kofi Mawuko over here. I want to get Raul Enrique over here. And, you know, these players that have history and heritage and so much culture in their playing and approach to music. And, man, sharing the stage with you guys and being able to play with people like that, it's a dream come true, really, for me. So here's a good one. This is like my first real interview question, and everybody's going to get a tough one. So what's the first or the earliest musical experience that you can remember that had a profound effect on you, and how did it help shape your career in music later on?
I had so many experiences.
Was your family musical, you know, something like that, like going back, way back?
Yeah, I think it started home, you know, and in most West African family, I think we are used to playing drums, you know,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
even if we don't have sometimes we don't have you know, the instrument, the drum instrument, we can take the utensils in the kitchen, like
pots and pans.
yes,
That's
and play. And that's what's one of the things I was doing, because you know, when my mother comes from the market and she comes home and you know, she loves to sing, and when she's singing and I take the pants and I start playing on it, you know, and I play a beat. I think it's part of the most important musical experience growth that inspired me, you know, to move forward, because she was enjoying my groove.
Nice. And she could sing over it, so you must have been holding it down enough.
And I was doing business too. You know, I call it business because it's like sometimes she will call me, oh, come, let's do it again. And I say, oh no, but I love food, you know. And I say, I need some food. I need more.
Hey, while these pots and pans, I already got them out of the cabinet. You wanna,
you know? So I will get a big, you know, like a take of food, and I will play, you know, for her, and you know. So it was very much inspiring to me.
That's wonderful, man. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
All right, so I mentioned tone earlier, but I want to see or just hear the way you would describe your tone. And then also, I think it's interesting what that word can even mean, because tone could be like the sound, like the actual sound of our instrument, but there's also so many other levels to what tone really is. It's feel, it's our style, technique. It's not just the sound, but if you could describe a little bit about like your tone on the instrument, so what you like your guitar to sound like, because hopefully there's a lot of musicians that'll be listening to this as well, and guitarists especially.
Yeah, you know, to me, I think it is I'm trying to be as most honest as possible with what comes out from this instrument. You know, I think it is my attitude that is coming out.
Absolutely.
So, yes, and now talking about the music, the tone. You know, one of my first instrument was the percussion, like the drums.
Nice.
And after I switched to the bass.
Okay.
So I like when there is a bass tone in my guitar, you know, and the other ones like the treble sounds is just a mixture of all these build-up capacities that I had from the beginning. It's like the drumming, the bass, and the treble sound, yes, and the melody.
It's fascinating because that's very noticeable in your playing. Well, Constant, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you too.
I'm looking forward to playing some more music with you.
Thank you, and yes, thank you, and see you soon.
Absolutely.
Yes. Hi, James. What's up?